And welcome back. You're still watching The Perspective, and we're still talking to Mr. Tony Kwok from ICAC Hong Kong. We're quite different in terms of size. You know, Hong Kong is small. We're big. What is the good proportion? I mean, KPK should have how many personnel, for example, or should they expand with independent KPKs in the regions? What is your?
I think so. I think so. I mean, as I said, if you want KPK to build up a clean society, a corruption-free society, so as I said, KPK should be given the authority to deal with all forms of corruption. Not at this stage only. Big fishes over $1 billion, only government, only a loss of state fund. You know, so there's a very narrow definition. So they should extend that definition into big and small, government, private, even election, etc. And then it should go not just in Jakarta but all over the provinces. So of course they need more manpower to do that. And I'll give you an example. I mean, Malaysia recognized that they have to do more. So 2 or 3 years ago, the Prime Minister decided that their strength will be increased from 1,500 to 5,000. Right. Yeah, to 5,000. So I mean that would be a good yardstick. For capital to consider, or for the president or the government to consider. What
about spreading it? I mean, making it independent at each region, or sort of branches?
I don't think so. I think it's be independent, but I think one of the things that came out of it is that we should strengthen KPK's independence. So one way, perhaps, again, like some other countries, is to put the independence enshrined in the Constitution.
In the Constitution.
Many countries have that to ensure. Hong Kong have that as well.
So they can't say they can't disband.
That's right. So the Parliament cannot say that tomorrow I dismiss this law, KPK law, and so no KPK. So it should be in the Constitution. If people really wants to ensure independence of the anti-corruption agencies. What I want to mention is that the good thing about the ICAC, in fact, when Hong Kong, we are we're very concerned about international investment, etc. And we always go out to advertise. Come to Hong Kong to invest. Come to Hong Kong to do business. And one of the slogans we use is that the competitive of Hong Kong is the ICAC.
You must be proud of that.
We are proud of it. Why? Because why you say that? Because you say that in Hong Kong, because we are relatively corruption-free, means that any foreign investment, they can ensure it's a level playing field. And if you get cheated or you're subject to corruption demand, there's a avenue you can go to the ICAC, and your problem will be addressed, will be resolved. So I mean, this is the thing when we should look at the current crisis.
In Indonesia.
If we certainly hope that we can solve this crisis. If the KPK suffer, then I'm sure the international business confidence will also suffer. I mean, who would want to come to a place where you cannot be sure of a level playing field, where any moment you may be worried that there will be fabrication or evidence against you, and also who want to come to do business. So I think it's very important the government.
So what you're saying is that if the KPK suffer this time, the government will also suffer. The country will also suffer. The country suffer.
There's certainly this international confidence will suffer as well. So this is very important. Not just a narrow problem of KPK and the police. And I'm speaking it from the Hong Kong experience.
Really, really. In
very
terms of investment, in terms of confidence. And in Hong Kong, for example, you were starting everything. Like now you can investigate corruption in the private sector, and
that's right.
No matter how small it is.
That's right.
In Indonesia, where it's so wide, is it really wise to do that?
I think so. As I said,
shouldn't we put a limit that say okay, 5 million?
That would be a totally wrong concept.
Tell me why.
All corrupt officials start with small bribes. I give you $10, and then you're happy. Tomorrow you have $100. And also, a small bribe can kill the country. You just look at the Arab Spring. The Arab Spring case, where you have a series of countries falling down one after the other. How did it start? yeah, in this country, Tunisia,
right.
And how they start a hawker setting fire on himself,
right.
setting fire on the compound, huh?
Right,
yeah,
right.
On the public compound.
Right.
Huh? Why he set fire on himself? Because he's unhappy about police
right.
squeezing on him all the time. Huh?
Right.
So small bribes, setting fire, the whole country went down. And then not just one country, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 countries fell down. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Petty corruption. Actually, you don't say $10 doesn't matter.
It does matter.
For you, it doesn't matter. I mean, for the poor people, it's their life. Huh?
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll talk also about what should be done beside like KPK in instilling this sense of this awareness that corruption is a no-no. I mean, we always talk about education. Unfortunately, Indonesia is not very strong on that. But
yeah.
Do you think that beside education, you have other means to do that?
Oh, I mean, that's basic. In Hong Kong, we started with what we call a three-pronged approach. Now it's regarded as an international standard. You want to fight corruption. In fact, firstly, you try to get people that they don't want to be corrupt.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Education, public education, so they don't want to be corrupt. But of course, not everybody would listen to that. So for those who want to be corrupt, you make it that they cannot corrupt. Difficult for them to corrupt. That's corruption prevention. So public procurement, you make it, it's a transparent procedure, whatever, and it's difficult for them to corrupt. And then lastly is that they dare not corrupt law enforcement. So it'll be three-pronged. Huh?
Okay, we'll have to break again, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
So look like.